Listen closely. There are moments in life when the universe whispers, and if you are still enough, you will hear it. This is one of those moments. You came here searching for wealth, but the truth is wealth has been searching for you. Not the kind you hold in your hands, but the kind that first rises within your heart. Wealth is not only coins or notes, it is energy, flow, and alignment. Money follows clarity of mind and discipline of spirit. This is why some people chase it endlessly and never catch it, while others, without struggle, attract it as naturally as water finds the riverbed. The difference is not chance. The difference is alignment. In this teaching, I will show you how the wisdom of Shaolin reveals the hidden laws of abundance. You will understand why stillness is more powerful than rushing, why silence attracts more than noise, and why the universe responds only when your actions and prayers move in harmony. These are not theories. These are truths tested for centuries by those who sought mastery not over the world but over themselves. Stay with me until the end, and you will see why money is not a random reward, but a reflection of the state of your spirit. You will learn the rhythm, the discipline, and the gratitude that opens the gates of wealth. What I share with you today is not common knowledge. It is a path known only to those who walk with patience and presence. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where we bring ancient wisdom to meet your journey of self-mastery. If you seek not only to earn but to awaken, then subscribe and join us. The path begins now. There is a reason why many prayers are spoken, yet only a few are answered. It is not because the universe is deaf. It is because the heart behind the words is not aligned with what it seeks. When you pray from desperation, you are speaking the language of emptiness. When you pray from alignment, you are speaking the language of the universe itself. Think of a Shaolin warrior in training. His body is strong, but without breath, his movements are broken. When the breath flows with the body, every strike, every step, carries power far beyond muscle. Prayer is the same. The words alone are like a body without breath. The spirit behind them is what gives them life. When you sit in prayer, do not beg as though you are empty. Sit as though you are already full. Breathe deeply, let your mind settle, and feel the presence of what you ask for, as if it has already arrived. This is not pretending. It is tuning your spirit to the rhythm of abundance. The universe does not respond to fear or lack. It responds to resonance. In the temple, we say that water mirrors the sky only when it is still. If the mind is restless, the reflection is broken. If the heart is anxious, the prayer cannot rise. Calm the mind, steady the breath, and speak from a place of trust. Just as a warrior aligns body and breath, align your thoughts and your words with the flow of the universe. Only then does prayer stop being a cry in the dark. It becomes a song that the universe recognizes because it vibrates at the same frequency as the abundance you seek. There is an old teaching that says, a hand that shakes cannot hold water. In the same way, a restless mind cannot hold wealth. Before anything of value can enter your life, there must be stillness. Not the stillness of doing nothing, but the stillness of presence. In Shaolin practice, the first lesson is not movement, but silence. The young disciple sits, legs folded, back straight, eyes lowered. Hours pass, the body aches, the thoughts wander, but the training is simple. Return to the breath. Inhale, exhale, let the storm of the mind settle. Only then can the disciple begin to touch true strength. Money too is like flowing water. It does not stay in places that are unstable. When the mind is restless, driven by fear or impatience, opportunities slip through like water through open fingers. But when the spirit is calm, when discipline has created a vessel of stillness, wealth gathers naturally. It comes not through force, but through readiness. Stillness does not mean inaction. It means clarity. The archer draws the bow in silence before releasing the arrow. The monk breathes deeply before striking. The farmer prepares the soil before planting the seed. In each case, stillness is the hidden strength that allows action to bear fruit. Meditation is this training for the spirit. By pausing, by breathing, by holding a quiet space within, you create the ground where blessings can land. Without this, the mind chases endlessly, and the blessings that were meant for you pass by unseen. A restless spirit cannot receive because it is too busy clinging, grasping, fearing. A still spirit receives because it is open, steady, and prepared. This is the discipline Shaolin teaches. Master the mind, and the flow of life, including wealth, will find its way to you. A master once held up a cup before his student. He filled it to the brim and then kept pouring until the water spilled over and soaked the floor. The student shifted uncomfortably, waiting for the lesson. The master finally said, "Like this cup, your mind is already full. How can I teach you unless you first empty it?" Life is no different. Many people pray for new wealth, yet their hearts are crowded with greed, fear, and memories of failure. These emotions weigh like stones, leaving no space for blessings to enter. The universe cannot give to a vessel already overflowing with what no longer serves it. Greed fills the cup with endless hunger. It is never satisfied. Fear fills it with hesitation, always doubting, always pulling back. Failure fills it with bitterness, reminding you of what went wrong instead of what could go right. With such weight inside, no matter how much wealth comes, it slips away, because the cup is never ready to hold it. Shaolin discipline teaches the art of release. Just as a warrior must exhale fully before drawing the next breath, one must let go of yesterday to step into tomorrow. It is not weakness to release, it is strength. To set down the heavy stone does not mean you are empty, it means you are free to carry what truly matters. When the cup is emptied, even the smallest drop becomes precious. And once there is space, the flow of abundance can return. New opportunities, new wealth, new strength, these come not to the one who clings, but to the one who makes room. The universe rewards the vessel that is open, steady, and willing to be filled again. A monk once told his students, "To walk north while your heart longs for the south is to tire yourself and reach nowhere." The same truth lives in our daily lives. Thought, word, and action must walk together. If they do not, the spirit scatters and the path to abundance fades. When you pray for wealth, yet act from fear, you are like a farmer who prays for harvest but never plants a seed. The words rise into the air, but the earth remains untouched. Wealth does not grow in contradiction. It grows in alignment. Shaolin practice begins with the smallest of movements. The disciple bows with sincerity, breathes with awareness, strikes with intention. If the thought drifts, the body falters. If the body moves without spirit, the strike is hollow. Only when mind, word, and body act as one does true power emerge. In the same way, abundance comes when your thoughts are rooted in trust. Your words carry gratitude and your actions show discipline. To think of wealth while speaking of poverty is to send mixed signals to the universe. To pray for success while acting in laziness is to block the very door you are asking to be opened. Discipline is the bridge. It takes the thought of abundance and translates it into consistent deeds. It takes the words of prayer and proves them true through action. This is not about striving with desperation, but about living in harmony with what you seek. When thought, word, and action align, you no longer chase wealth, it recognizes you. Just as the archer's arrow finds its mark when mind and body are one, blessings find their way to those who walk in the rhythm of alignment. In the old villages, a farmer did not eat from the field unless he first worked the soil. The blacksmith did not hold a blade unless he first endured the fire. Nothing was received without something given. This was not punishment, it was balance. Life moves in cycles, giving and taking, just as breath moves in and out. Wealth, too, follows this law of exchange. Every tradition carries this wisdom. The sage gives time in meditation and receives clarity. The monk offers service and receives peace. The disciple gives discipline and receives strength. In each case, what is offered is not lost. It transforms and returns in another form. This is how energy flows. To seek wealth without giving is like asking a tree for fruit without planting the seed. The soil must first be opened, the seed placed, the water poured. The tree does not question, it grows, and in time it gives. So too does the universe. Your offering may not be silver or gold, but focus, dedication, and service. These are the currencies of the spirit, and they draw provision in ways the eyes cannot always see. Shaolin teaches that training is never wasted. The hours of sweat, the pain of discipline, the long silence of practice, all are offerings. What returns is strength, clarity, and mastery. In life, the same principle holds. Every effort given with sincerity is a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. This is why greed fails and generosity prospers. One clings, the other flows. The sacred balance is simple. What you give creates the space for what you receive. And when discipline, focus, and service are your offering, the universe answers with abundance as steady as breath itself. At dawn, the temple bell rings. The monks rise, not because they feel ready, but because rhythm has trained them to answer. Step by step, day after day, the body learns discipline, and the mind learns steadiness. This rhythm is the hidden strength of Shaolin practice. It is not in sudden bursts of effort, but in quiet repetition that mastery is born. Wealth follows the same law. It does not come to those who move with chaos, rushing one day and neglecting the next. It comes to those who build rhythm. Consistent prayer, consistent effort, consistent gratitude. Each act may feel small, but like drops of water falling on stone, rhythm shapes destiny. Prayer said once and forgotten is like a seed thrown onto dry ground. Prayer repeated with sincerity, rooted in trust, becomes a living force. Work done with focus, not just in rare moments of inspiration, but with steady hands each day, creates openings for opportunity. Gratitude whispered regularly, not only when life feels generous, builds a current that draws more blessings into your path. In ancient practice, rhythm was sacred. The sun rises, the moon returns, the seasons turn. Nothing in nature rushes, yet everything arrives. To live in rhythm is to live in harmony with this order. When your days carry the pulse of prayer, action, and thankfulness, you move like the river, always flowing, never stagnant. This is why wealth answers rhythm. It trusts those who are steady, those who show up, those who live in tune with the flow of life. Just as the bell calls the monks at dawn, the rhythm you create calls abundance to your door, and the universe responds in time, as faithfully as the rising of the sun. When a monk bows, it is not to show weakness. It is to acknowledge the unseen thread that connects all things. The bow is a gesture of gratitude for the teacher, for the teaching, for the moment itself. In this simple act lies a secret. What is honored grows stronger, and what is thanked multiplies. Gratitude is not decoration. It is a force that changes the way energy flows around you. When you give thanks for even the smallest blessing, a meal, a safe place to rest, a kind word, you signal to the universe that you recognize its gifts. And recognition opens the door for more. The one who sees abundance in little things becomes ready to receive greater things. Think of the farmer who gives thanks for the rain, even if it is light. His gratitude keeps his heart steady, and when the heavy rains come, he is prepared to plant with joy. The ungrateful man complains at the drizzle, and when the harvest arrives, he cannot see its value. Gratitude shapes perception, and perception shapes destiny. In Shaolin practice, every movement begins and ends with a bow. Even the strike of a fist is balanced with respect. This rhythm of recognition keeps the heart humble and the spirit open. Without gratitude, strength becomes arrogance. With gratitude, strength becomes service. Wealth, too, responds to this law. Those who complain about little will find even great riches slipping through their hands. But those who bow inwardly, who say thank you for the small coin, the small chance, the small step, invite more. Gratitude multiplies blessings because it aligns the heart with abundance, reminding us that nothing is too small to honor and nothing too great to be received. A traveler once approached the temple gates, carrying anger and doubt in his heart. Though the gates were open, he could not step through. His own heaviness held him back. The master, watching from within, said, "The gate is not closed to you. You are close to yourself." The same truth lives within the mind. Every thought is an invitation. When you dwell on fear, resentment, or scarcity, you call these energies to stay with you. Negative thinking is like a locked gate. It keeps opportunities waiting outside, unable to enter. Even when wealth passes near, the closed gate of doubt and complaint keeps it away. Mindfulness is the practice of keeping the gate clear. It does not mean that dark thoughts never appear. It means you see them arrive, and you do not let them take root. Just as a monk sweeps the temple courtyard each morning, the mind must be swept daily. Thoughts of peace, trust, and abundance are like fresh air flowing through an open door. Shaolin discipline teaches awareness in every movement, how the foot touches the ground, how the breath enters and leaves the body. This same awareness, when turned inward, reveals the quality of our thoughts. To notice negativity is the first step to releasing it. To replace it with focus and gratitude is the way to keep the path open. Wealth, like a guest, comes where it is welcomed. If the house of the mind is filled with doubt and complaint, the guest turns away. But if the house is open, calm, and filled with trust, abundance steps inside with ease. The mind is the gate. What you allow to stay within it is what you invite into your life. In the temple, after the chanting ends, no one rushes to speak. The hall falls into silence. And in that silence, the prayer settles, like incense smoke rising toward the sky. Words carry intention, but it is the silence that makes space for an answer. Without it, prayer is only a voice speaking into its own echo. Many people pray, then immediately fill the air with noise, doubts, worries, endless requests. They do not wait to listen. Yet listening is where the true exchange begins. Just as the earth must rest after the seed is planted, the heart must rest after prayer. The pause is not emptiness, it is openness. Shaolin practice teaches the art of stillness. After movement comes rest, after strike comes breath. This rhythm is not accidental. It mirrors the natural order of life. Day follows night, inhale follows exhale, silence follows sound. To ignore this order is to break harmony. To honor it is to walk with the universe. In silence, the answers you seek arrive softly. A new thought, a sudden clarity, a sense of direction that feels steady and true. These are gifts the universe cannot give to a restless spirit. Only in stillness can they be received. Consider the lake. When its surface is disturbed, it cannot reflect the sky, but when it is calm, the reflection appears perfectly. Prayer is the act of calling to the heavens. Silence is the lake becoming still, so the heavens can reflect back their response. Noise demands, stillness receives. And in that quiet space where breath slows, where the heart listens, you discover that the universe was speaking all along. You only needed to stop, to wait, and to hear. A rich life does not begin with what you hold in your hands. It begins with the state of your heart. Calm, discipline, and generosity are the roots that allow true prosperity to grow. When the mind is still, when gratitude is constant, when action flows in harmony with prayer, abundance cannot help but find its way to you. Carry this wisdom into your daily life. Pause before you act. Breathe before you speak. Give thanks before you ask for more. These small practices open the gate for greater blessings. Remember, true wealth is not chased, it is received by those who are ready within. May your path be steady, your spirit clear, and your heart rich in all things. If this teaching has touched you, join us here at Shaolin Soulfire. Like, share, and subscribe, and walk with us as we continue to bring the ancient wisdom that transforms both spirit and life. Peace be with you.